still June 16th. I was laying down for a little bit just because I was a little tired. And I realized, I don't know if I don't think I've shared this, but I was sitting and, I've been reflecting on this new fire sign and the person from my past, the similarities, but at the same time not. So, yeah, he's on the other extreme. That's what I was thinking. Just reflecting back on the life lesson, right? Like, it's funny, the video that posted today was going from one extreme to another, and this realization of how a lot of my life experiences, right? It's going from one extreme, nudging myself, using each experience as a nudge. And that's been a theme that I've been trying to communicate to a lot of my clients in terms of their own experiences, mostly because I see it, right? I see, as they share their stories, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing them going from one extreme to another. If they've learned the lesson, though, that's the thing. For those that haven't learned the lesson, it repeats itself on one extreme. The storyline repeats in different ways, but it's still on one extreme until they're able to pick up, right? The like, oh snap, right? I'm stuck in this repeated cycle. Then they shift, but what ends up happening is they go to the other extreme of that experience, thinking that they're running away from it, right? Thinking that it won't present itself on the other extreme, but it still does. It still does. Because I was even reflecting on my marriage, and I think I might have shared this before. Like, when I came across my ex, before I came across him, I remember I only had one condition. Or not condition, but one value, if you will, what I was looking for in a relationship. And all I asked for was that he not hurt me. That was the only thing. And it was through that experience that I then learned, like, no, I want someone who does this. I want someone who does this, because I was experiencing the opposite. Like, and I just happened to stay stuck in that marriage. In as long as I did, until I realized, I'm like, I can get myself out of this, right? I can walk away. Yeah, you go from one extreme to the other, and then so I went from, one extreme to the other, thinking, and because there was a lot of arguing growing up, I went to the other extreme of not arguing, not wanting to rock the boat, because I was afraid of repeating the cycle. And I did, just on the other spectrum, right, on the other side of it. And that was something that I've noticed a lot this week with my clients, is where they're at, and the ones that went from one extreme to the other, and the discomfort that they feel, almost because it's a different experience. And to a certain degree, I'm not allowing them to not allowing, but it's more of this, like, because they don't know that that's normal, I have to normalize it for them, right? I'm normalizing that experience. Like, hey, the discomfort that you're feeling is normal. Because you're going through a change. You're in the middle of a transition to another experience. So what you're feeling, being somewhere in the middle, makes sense. At least it does to me. I see it. And they see it too. And the thing is that they know it. It's just this element of, I haven't had to trust myself because I've been so worried about other people telling me what to do. And so when I normalize it, then they say, yeah, I know it. I know that this is okay, but it just feels uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, so we got to rewire our thoughts around this discomfort, and tell ourselves this discomfort is okay because it's not a tension, walking on eggshells type of discomfort. It's a, this is new. I don't know exactly, what's going to happen next. So that's what makes it uncomfortable, which is a different feeling. So tying it back from one extreme to another, this this fire sign, whom I haven't had contact with, he's on his trip, and I think I only reached out once, without the expectation of him responding back, just more like, hey, I'm sending you this message and wish you well. And I don't plan to, only because, he had shared not knowing if he was going to have the time to respond, because he would be with family, and I wanted to honor that, his time with his family without any interruptions, really. So I don't plan on reaching out at all. But I've been thinking about him. I've been thinking about him. And this person from my past. So this new fire sign embraced his art. He's around my age. But he was fully in the creative mode, embracing that makes him feel good. So very much creative, but the imbalance was the groundedness, almost the stability within himself. Whereas this person from my past, it was too much of the grounded instability and not enough creation, not enough like yeah, it's like he had forgotten about that part of himself. He had just been distracted. It's wild to me that I can see that. It's like they were flipped. they're flipped. They were flipped. So they were both in balance. And then for me, there was this element of still working through the life lessons, right? With this last person, but the yeah. So then I was thinking, so does that mean that the next person is gonna be somewhere in the middle? Like, how many people do I have to get nudged? So that's what I was wondering, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to think that way. To have that expectation that the next person is gonna be somewhere in the middle, balanced, right? If I'm still working on that myself, I guess that makes sense, right? So anyways, I went to the store, to the market, which was nice. I like going to the market on Thursdays. But I also went to the store, and I decided to buy a plant baby. I decided to buy a plant baby. I thought it would be nice to, expand my conversations from the little gnats that kind of get in with the fruit and stuff. I don't kill them. I use them as a sign. Oftentimes when I get too stuck, they'll start flying and I'm like, okay. And I know a fly is, hey, wake up, hey, get back. So I don't kill them because they help me get back. And so I just talk to them mostly okay, I got it. And then, I talk to my spiders. when I see them, which I haven't seen any lately, but I think I saw more. They came out when I was gone and I had to take them out. But then I thought, I think it's time for a plant baby. And then maybe the next time I go home, I'll bring back my other plant. But yeah, I bought a plant baby, so we'll see how that turns out. Try it out again. But anyways, I just wanted to speak to that awareness of like, they were opposites. They were on the opposite side. That's so wild, right? When you actually stop and reflect, and you stop and try to find the patterns for yourself, things just pop out a lot more. When there's enough silence around you to listen, to see. But anyways, still enjoy that. Okay, that's all. Bye. To be added on to the other video, the previous fire sign was a combination of my ex and the person I had an affair with. Yeah. The tendencies, very much self-centered, focusing on his comfort. There was definitely more of this me focus on him. The outdoors part, oh my god. He was very outdoorsy, worked out, oh my god. Highly sexual, fortunately not with me, but wow, that's wild. That's so wild. That's so wild. I was just thinking about that too. This old fire sign. It's wild. That's all. I just wanted to document that before I forgot. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.